Hi babies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be making something sumptuous and juicy, Nkwobi. It's an African dish. These are the ingredients I'll be using today: crayfish, blended pepper mix, my chili pepper, Ehuru, Calabar nutmeg, and my Ugba. Here is my potash, sorry. So I'm going to be melting this. Then here is the leaf I'll be using. I'm going to be using utazi leaves. This is how they look, so don't be confused. This is how you cut your leaves for Nkwobi. You're going to cut them into thin slices and you're cutting them once. You're not going to double cut. So you just put them together, and thankfully they're very big and easy to cut. So you just cut them like this, exactly how I cut them. You don't need to double cut them like you're making vegetable soup. And kindly note, my leaves were already washed before I sliced them. For my potash, I put in some water and I'm going to melt that in. I'm just going to melt that until there are no particles anymore. After melting, I'm going to sieve it, so in case there are particles at the lower part, I don't want particles in my Nkwobi. I want a particle-less Nkwobi. If you get that, good. If you don't get that, forget about it. Anyways, so this is me melting my Nkwobi, and at this point I had a perfectly melted Nkwobi. Right now I'm heating up my pan, adding my palm oil, then I added my potash. So here you're going to be adding your potash in bits, so you have your preferred texture. So please do not pour in everything at once. Add them in bits until it gives you your preferred texture. You might end up not using everything. So right now I have my preferred texture. I'm adding in my branded crayfish. I'm going to give that a stir. This recipe actually doesn't take so much time, but it requires a lot of stirring, so please ensure you stir everything you're using properly. Right now I'm adding my Ehuru Calabar nutmeg, and I'm just going to give that another stir. Right now, after stirring that up properly, I'm going to add my blended pepper mix. So for this blended pepper mix, I used yellow pepper, yellow scotch bonnet, onions, garlic, and ginger. I roughly blended that and stirred that. Right now I'm adding some beef broth, but this is very optional, it's not compulsory. I added more blended pepper mix because I tasted it and there wasn't enough pepper. I'm not a pepper person, but of course, like, I'm an African, so I need to taste pepper in my meals. I added some chili pepper, not everything, but I added some. I added Maggi cubes and I gave that a good stir. Now I'm adding my Ugba. Not everyone likes Ugba in their Nkwobi, but for me, I love Ugba. Like, I love Ugba, so of course I needed to add Ugba in mine. I stirred that properly and I added my cow leg. Look at this cow leg. Look at how it looks. You can see that it is properly boiled. It is very, very boiled. It is soft and delicious. So I stirred that up, and after stirring that up, I served myself in my African bowl. And after that, I added some diced onions, of course. Then I added my diced utazi leaves. So now you can see how beautiful this dish is. This is Nkwobi. Nkwobi, guys. Follow this recipe exactly how I made it and thank me later. Catch ya!